Hello, my name is Alton Henry, and I'm gonna talk to you about the movie Cloud Atlas, my review. The movie Cloud Atlas has the the movie is based off a book, and the book is about 6 stories that intertwine with each other from past, present, future, spanning a 500-year difference where one character turns from a killer into a hero and inspires a revolution. I'm not familiar with the book, but I really enjoy this film. This film is magnificent, beautiful, crafted. However, not excellent. It's not an excellent film, but however, it's a film that I recommend that people to see, except for something like that in Twilight, your average Twilight film. Well, the movie is divided into 6 stories, told from past, present, and future. One story is set in the 1800s, where a American lawyer is transporting gold to somewhere. I don't know where it was going, and gets sick, and turns out that the lawyer's friend, played by Tom Hanks, is trying to poison him until the guy end up meeting a slave, and he befriends with the slave after saving his life. The second story is set in 1936 by a bisexual composer who goes to supposedly the greatest composer ever in England and learn from it until they compose the perfect music piece together. The third story is set in 1970, I think it's 74, 73, about a journalist who investigates a nuclear power plant. Fourth story is set in present day, 2012, about a I don't know if he was a writer, but played by Jim Broadbent, who's trapped in a nursing home by his brother and is trying to get out. The fifth story is set in the science fiction era in the 2100s, about a clone who starts a rebellion against future South Korea. The sixth story, the last story, is set after a post-apocalyptic event about a tribesman who embarks on a journey with a highly intelligent human to find Cloud Atlas, to find this place called Cloud Atlas, and hopefully, that's basically it. Now, the pros and cons about this movie. I thought this movie is absolutely brilliant. Visually brilliant. I thought the movie was well directed. I do agree on some parts where the fourth story gets a little silly, but it was funny. And the main problem with the movie, that I had, and everybody else would agree, is that the makeup artists try to make people look Asian, and I tell you, you could basically disguise everybody else, but you can't make Asian people look black or anything like that. They look Asian. You can't do that. That doesn't happen. So a lot of Asians are going to be bad about this movie. Dude, that movie's racist. I mean, okay. I mean, the movie. The main theme of the movie is reincarnation, where one character is reincarnated into the next story to either have some kind of a specific role in that story, and somehow that's connected. There's a few ways when you watch the movie, or a few interpretations. Like when you watch the movie or the film, I'll recommend the film, that you notice that these characters start having these shooting star tattoo type scar or birthmark, I guess, and I took that interpretation as just, okay, that's just one character evolving into something small, into something greater, and that's what I thought. So I thought that's like one character from turning to a killer into a hero and inspires a revolution. That's what I thought from that interpretation. Otherwise, you could just be like, okay, you know what? All these characters are being reincarnated into the next stories, and are and their roles somehow influence the next story after that. I thought the cinematography was amazing in the movie. I thought the film should be nominated for best cinematography, but I'm pretty sure Les Misrule was gonna win that. I thought the visual effects in there was okay. I mean, since that Warner Brothers had little doubts about this movie, or had doubts about this movie, about 6 stories intertwined with each other from past, present, and future, they only gave about $20 million to the Wachowskis, and Tom Twinkler, the guy who made The International, and pretty much everybody else had to raise their money for independent sources. I heard that Wachowskis might have put like $7 to $10 million in there each, and so did Tom, and everything else came from Germany. So they got their money close to about $100 million, $102 million, and the movie is a box office flop because not a lot of people are gonna like, okay, we're gonna have 6 stories intertwined with each other, and people are gonna think that's crazy, and it's gonna be hard to follow out. Which, okay, I do agree, because there's like, how I see it, there's like 2 plot differences in the movie, but you can't really. It's on your own interpretation. Now, performance in there, I thought Donna Bay had an excellent performance in this movie. I thought she could be Oscar nominated, but that's not gonna happen. Well, everybody's performance in there was cool. Tom Hanks' performance in there was good. Halle Berry was fine. I thought her performance in the last science fiction film was it was all right, but everybody else's performance were good. Keith David's performance in the third story was pretty good, but you can't make a black guy look Asian. You can't do that. That's not fun. That's unless they're sexually mixed up. Other than that, you can't do that. Some of the actors end up becoming women. Hugo Weaving becomes a woman. Who's the other guy? Ben Whishaw becomes a woman in one of the stories. Halle Berry becomes a man, and what else I could talk about? The movie is long. You have 6 stories intertwined with each other from past, present, future, and it turns out the movie it kind of flies by. It actually flies by, and because I was in tuned to the movie throughout the whole movie. I mean, I wasn't in there and be like, okay, you know what? I've seen this before, and maybe they do something a little different. They did something different. It was thrilling, amazing, magnificent. Yet again, it's not everybody else's taste. And plus, I found out that's like the top 10, worst movies of the year. That's their opinion. That's not my opinion. It's number 1 for me, but I'm pretty sure Django Unchained is gonna kick number 1 for me because I'm a huge Quentin Tarantino fan. Now, okay, oh yeah, how the movie plays out, you're being introduced to the characters, then you switch stories like every 5 minutes after you introduce the characters, which it does take a long time to introduce everybody because they have 6 stories. Not a lot of people have the patience to wait around and be like, okay, I really want to like really just get sucked into this. Some people just want to get sucked into that like that. Like, you just have a big old action scene at the beginning of the movie, and yeah, the movie is mostly a drama. There's like maybe like 4 action scenes in there, but there's 1 action scene that happens in the mystery thriller with Halle Berry, and the others happen in the science fiction film. There are the science fiction stories. There is a comedy. There's 2 dramas, actually 4 dramas, but mostly they're all dramas. And this is not your average action movie. It's an epic drama, science fiction, adventure film. So if you're trying to look for your like action type movie, this is not it. But I do praise the film for doing something different. I praise it for bringing out imagination, pure imagination. But I thought the visual effects could have worked. But they did what they did because Warner Brothers didn't supply what they thought the movie was gonna do. This movie is not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I can guarantee that. So I would recommend that you at least give it a chance. And I don't know if I have a favorite story. Maybe the last story, because I thought that last story was more unique. I thought the weakest story might have been the fifth science fiction film, because it looks like that could have spanned into its own movie. And yeah, because there were some parts that you kind of like, okay, you know, that you sort of get a little bit. Then once it gets to this last story, and then you understand a little bit. But okay, but I thought the movie should have went as the novel interpret, where you have one story. You have all the stories that play up into the half part, all 5 stories until it reaches like to a climax scene, like to the middle part of the movie. Then once it hits into the 6th story, it plays out through the 6th story. Then it goes back in reverse order and in all the other stories. I thought the movie should have went like that, but it was unique how the movie was edited. Try to surpass like the same thing, like everything is connected in a way. I'll give it 4 stars. It's not a perfect movie for me. I would give it a 5, but a 4. A 4-star movie. It's probably one of my favorite Tom Hanks movies now. But Toy Story is my favorite Tom Hanks movie. So yeah, go check it out when it hits on DVD and Blu-ray on January 29th. I hope the correction date is actually that. And yeah, I'll be posting more videos to review as much as I can. Thank you, and thank you for checking my website.